Now, voting for the 30 additional members to serve on the Provincial Executive Committee has been concluded at the 9th ANC Northwest Provincial Conference. The second leg of the 9th ANC Provincial Conference in the Northwest comes to an end in Rustenburg today. Last night, about 79 nominees for additional members were nominated to serve on the Provincial Executive Committee. SABC News reporter Zebilon Maine is live at the conference for us and joins us now. Thank you for your time, Zebilon. What's the latest there?
Thank you very much. As you have alluded in your intro, yes, indeed, the voting for additional members have been concluded. In fact, they were concluded this morning. But what I can tell right now is that the branch members are at their various hotel rooms in order for them to refresh. Then at the later stage, around 11 o'clock, they'll converge here at the Civic Center to conclude the business of the day. But to get more info with regards to this, we're going to talk to NEC deployee of the ANC in the Northwest, Obed Bapela, who's going to give us an update of what transpired just after we left the last night around 10 o'clock until in the morning. Mr. Bapela, thanks very much for joining us this morning at morning.
Good morning to the viewers of SABC.
Just paint us a picture of what really happened, what transpired just when the time when the delegates started to vote for the 30 additional members.
Well, the processes of nominations of the additional members took longer, I think more than 4 hours, slightly. And then 79 names were then approved from the floor, which is 172 for you to get the name to go to the ballot paper. So we have 79 people, plus those who were already automatically qualifying, and then all of them are now in the ballot paper, and then they were going to be voting. And therefore the voting started immediately after that. Obviously we had to wait for another 2 hours for the people to go and prepare the ballot papers, and then voting started around 3 o'clock this morning. And as the people were voting, those who are done, they got their hotel rooms, and then they had to go and sleep as early as that or late as that. And then now, as we have said, that they are refreshing, some are already in. Commissions, I have started once there is a sizable number, the commissions will be beginning. But as you said, that by 11 o'clock, I think majority of the delegates will be here, because even the hotels will have set this checkout time.
So when can we expect the results of the additional members?
Well, between 12 and 1, we might then be indicated by the election, which is an independent body, to say they are ready with the announcement. And then we'll then call people from the commission rooms to go back to the plenary, and definitely it's going to be an open session, so that then we could then have a coverage of the event itself. And the Treasurer General, Paul Mashatile, will be here to then close the conference, because the President has attended the funeral of the former late President of Angola.
Now, we understand that we understand that I don't know whether you are aware of this, but let me pose this question to you, that we understand that there are some members of the ANC who are saying that on the previous role of additional members, there were members who were not there on the first leg of the conference, but now suddenly on the second leg of the conference, there are members, additional members who their names suddenly appeared on the second list this time around. Are you aware of that, and what is it that you're going to do about it?
Well, look here, it's those issues that can be explained. Indeed, there were only 6 voters who were not in the voters' roll in the previous one. And 4 of them, when they checked the master copy, their names were there, and then they then were allowed to vote, except for the 2 that they were not in the master copy, and therefore they could not vote. So it's a matter of just 2 votes. And the 4 did vote in the previous, and then they will vote, because the error of the copy was detected immediately and verified against the master copy, and those 4 votes did participate.
So was this matter explained to the delegates?
Well, those are the technical issues that you don't explain to the delegates. And then when you look at the 4 votes, whatever are the results, they will not change any results. And then unless it was a big significant number, we'll have halted the process to say this has an impact on the outcome of the result. If it was 20 or 30 or 40, definitely we would have stopped the voting so that we rectify the situation. But it was just for votes. And I think either side, I don't know who those people voted for, they will not really raise it as a serious error of a margin that is so significant that it might have robbed. Yeah, but if the votes were very close, like the top 5, and then one person voting with just extra one vote to win, definitely those votes were going to be contested, and then definitely there would be a case. But look at the difference of whoever has won and whoever has lost in the top 5. I think the margins are insignificant for anybody really to complain. And these errors are not new. They happen in every conference, even in the national conference they do happen. And it becomes the 10% margin of errors that we always accommodate in our guidelines, and therefore the efforts are constituted in that particular category.
Now, one can ask that this has been the most challenging conference, but just paint us the picture as to how did the conference go in your own explanation? Did you find it difficult like any other conferences in other provinces or what?
Look here, the Northwest had difficult conferences in the past, say for one. If you all remember the Sun City conference of the throwing of the bottles and you tempted the festival of bottles. Here there was not even a single scuffle, a single incident that you could then say the conference was not in order. The proceedings of the conference was orderly, there was discipline, yes, robustness was there, engaging very faithfully, and then people were able to be allowed, but we had to direct the conference so that it can conclude its business on time. Difficult it may, I think the times were not allowing, because always we have never started on time. And I think it's one issue that the ANC must learn. Timekeeping is a revolutionary discipline. When the meeting starts at 10, it must start at 10.
Thank you very much, Ndate Bapela, for your time. That was Obet Bapela, ANC NEC employee in the Northwest, giving us, painting us the picture, in fact, as to what transpired last night around 10 o'clock until this morning, as he alluded earlier on to say that the National Treasurer of the ANC, Paul Mashatile, is expected to arrive here to come and close the conference. But prior to that, it will be inaugural speech by the chairperson of the ANC in the Northwest, Nono Malloy.
Zebilon Maine, let's touch base with you a bit later on in the program. Thanks very much indeed for that update.